So not that long ago, I made a video about Lauren Chen, which I have done many times, because, and to be honest, one of the reasons why I tend to pick on Lauren and Tim and Sargon is because I actually know these people. Like, I've known them in real life. I am very familiar with them. And I also know that they ended up taking contracts with big businesses, political action campaigns, et cetera, media companies, propagandist media companies. And I think they're sellouts. I do. And I think that their content is extremely, extremely low fucking effort. And again, like, if you're watching a video on this YouTube channel, you have to understand something very important. I don't give a fuck. I do not give a shit. I don't. This is my channel where I rant about stuff. I rant about stuff, and I kind of make a pseudo-ironic doing what they do with very low effort, kind of shitting on things. The difference is they'll tend to shit on things like, look at these crazy kids that are doing all this crazy shit, and I don't do that. I don't. I'm not going to go find, like, a bunch of MAGA kids that are being super cringe and shit and, like, laugh at them. Like, that's cruel. I wouldn't do that. That sounds fucked up, man. No, fuck that. So that's one of the main reasons why. But I love getting shitty comments on this channel. It's like one of my favorite fucking things in the world. So we're gonna look at some of the comments that I got from my latest picking on Lauren Chen video. We're gonna go chronologically. I found like the oldest critical one of me, because some of them are interesting and we'll answer earnestly, and some are stupid, and we will laugh at those. So this is from Friendly Fire. Thank you very much for your comment, Friendly Fire. Classical liberal basically means libertarian, not conservative, as in the conservative of the latter half of the 20th century, which more or less means culturally conservative and free market oriented. Disagree. We'll read the rest of this thread real quick. Context of 2022, we see the right use classical liberal to mean that they voted for Democrats at one time before they voted for Trump, DeSantis, Abbott, and now Kerry Lake for reasons. Agreed. Classical liberal means liberal in the sense of enlightenment, philosopher. Sort of. In the original context, yes, you're correct, but in 2022, context has changed to any conservative who refuses to admit that they are hardcore Trump, DeSantis, Abbott supporters. I'd love to see an example of that. Classical liberalism, and we got into this a lot, so a little bit of background on this. When I was right-wing adjacent on accident, I was sold into the idea that it is important that I, on the left, criticize the left. And I believe that. And I still believe that, because there are plenty of things that happen on the left that I think are titanically stupid. But it's whether or not I think that that's important enough that I'm going to make a focus on it, and I don't usually. I don't see, cringe TikTokers or tankies to be an existential threat to our fucking society or democracy, which is why I don't fucking talk about it these days, because I don't think it's that important. Most of the time, it's just kids being kids. Leave kids alone. Something Lauren can't apparently seem to do. Anyway. Classical liberalism. Yes, I know we're going to Wikipedia. Shush. Political ideology and branch of liberalism that advocates free market and laissez-faire economics, civil liberties under the rule of law with an emphasis on limited government, economic freedom, and political freedom. That is the baseline, not getting into any social concerns. That is the baseline right-wing ideology. Just what it is. Also happens to be, and this is key, the basic Democrat platform as well. And that is also why many people say things like the Republican Party and the Democrat Party, when you don't get out to the fringes, are almost identical. And I would say that the fringe on the left is a lot tinier than the fringe on the right, which goes bananas ever since Trump. So that's what I literally think. I literally believe that, So it is what it is. Now, the thing is, I am fine with somebody saying they're a classical liberal as long as they understand that it means what it means. It does basically mean baseline conservative, not oppressive conservative. And I can talk to a classical liberal if they're being honest with themselves and have a fine conversation. And I'm cool with that. But like far too often, people are going to say that classical liberalism is not a right-wing ideology because they're trying to basically sneak in right-wing talking points to left people and sell it to them, which is what they did to me. And so I know. And so I've been there. I was there. I have been was there. Like, I get it. I fucking get it. But again, like, it's in the what the dude is commenting, liberal in the sense of enlightenment philosopher. Sure. But that's key. Is like, if your idea of liberalism is before we made any social progress, then you're definitely not on the left. And I don't think that you're contemporarily liberal in most ways. I just don't think so. But I think a lot of people are generally liberal, even people who are hardcore right wing. Most, basic liberal concepts. Like we all want, a chance. We all want to have a good country where we can raise our children, blah, 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 blah. Fucking whatever. Let's not get ruled by the crown. But then, we're not going to have a conversation about the monarchists. Not today. I can't handle it. Not today. We're just going to skip that. Anyway, what's next? This is a long one. This is a long one. From Friendly Fire as well. Thank you very much for the algorithm boost and the other comment, Friendly Fire. Also, your condescending attitude and tone is very typical of liberals. There is nothing typical about me. Thank you very much. I am an exceptional human being. And your points amount to mostly denigrating comments meant to tear down rather than build up, a hallmark of leftism. Apparently, you're not familiar with this channel. I don't give a fuck. And I have absolutely no problems with performative cruelty. Why would I? Why in the fuck should I be super nice and understanding and like forgiving of Lauren Chen when she makes her money shitting on children? Why should I do that? Chat, is there a reason why I should be nice to somebody who shits on children for money? I can't fucking wrap my head around that shit. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know what I mean? Have you paid attention to what Lauren Chen says on a regular basis? Yeah. Lauren Chen is a female version of Tucker Carlson and Carl Sargon here. I would say she's very, very close. Absolutely. Love how leftists comment just to drive the point home. Oh, well. I love how Republicans miss the fact. Friendly Fire's complaints could describe Republicans as well. I agree. And that's one of the things is like liberals aren't on the left. I think we'll talk about that in a second. It's one of the things that you have to understand is if it's okay for us to have these kinds of platforms where we can just shit on things, like, then having a problem with me pooping on somebody who is like a public figure and like influential in politics, like, why is that a problem? Why would you be upset with that? Yeah, I know. I get it. Liberals aren't on the left is a really interesting concept. I would say that you're right to a certain degree. I think that contemporary and often like misattributed idea of liberal comes down to a difference in how we're perceiving it. A lot of people who probably vote Democrat consider themselves liberal, but they also hold very lefty feelings and ideologies, et cetera, but they balk at some of the stronger things. I can't tell you how many times I've known somebody who is very, very LGBT friendly, but the mere mention of anything like socialist makes them cringe and recoil in horror. The concept of Medicare for all for some people. But are they on the left in some regards and not in others? Yes. So I guess it's one of those things like... It's one of those things that you have to analyze the whole sum and total of somebody's perspective rather than just simply blanket state them under a label, which is exhausting. And I get it. I totally get it. And I probably fucking 100% agree with you. So, yeah. Let's see. This guy has a point. I would call out if a right-leaning video did the same. This is mostly an emotional response pandering to the lowest human reactions, mainly for entertainment. That's Lauren's video. But if that's what it is, so be it. He makes some good points, but keeps reverting back to calling names. Fuck Lauren Chen. I don't give a fuck. Kiss my ass. The left will find a reason to support this and be mad if the right does it. I'm for neither side resorting to this level. What? It's the same shit. The difference is one is making fun of kids and one is making fun of the person making fun of kids. Ah, fuck. I don't even remember what her video was about. Oh, she was talking about Jon Stewart. Yeah. Well, look, fucking whatever. I just thought her video was stupid. All right, if it was made for entertainment, sure. Yes, I'm confirming that right now. Anything on my second channel is made entirely for entertainment. I don't give a shit, dude. But if he was being, although I'm not sure who would find this funny in the slightest, people with senses of humor. But if he was being serious, he just made himself look silly. I hate how both the left and the right just resort to calling each other names instead of having actual conversations. Lauren Chen will not talk to me. Lauren Chen will not talk to me. And in fact, like some of the things like the Better Discourse, Mythicist Milwaukee people, MythCon and shit, I am disinvited from all of their fucking conferences. They don't want me to talk. They don't want me to talk because I'm not nice. As if that changes the quality of the arguments. That's another. This is tone. This is the kind of shit that I always think is really funny. This is tone policing of like, well, you might have a point, but you're being too mean when you say it. Fuck you. That doesn't mean that I'm wrong. It just means that you're a pussy. Sorry, pussies are tough. It means that you're lame and weak. It means you're weak. Yeah. I'm actually an ex-right-winger and noticed that the Jonestown-type rantings are happening more on one side. It's on the side I used to support at one point on the right. Once the rantings about my college major, biology and biotech, the conspiracy theories of the stuff I studied got hijacked by anti-vaxxers. Then I had to leave the right because their rants are outright killing people. Good fucking good comment. Very good comment. In my view, Lauren Chen just absolutely nosedived back when I used to like her in content, so yeah, I stand behind saying she sucks and her positions are often caked in bad faith. Yeah. Yeah. That was a good comment thread. Thank you guys very much for your comments. That was great. That was fun. You just seem real to me, not that you're not nice. Yeah, and so, like, okay, and that's something that I really gotta say, too. Like, one thing that's really interesting is, hey, you take care of yourself too. Thank you so much, buddy. Thanks for the message. One thing that I think is really important is I have to call myself out on this. When I started getting a lot of momentum because of my political takes and I was being naive about it and I didn't really know who I was like standing next to, I really lost myself in that. I really, really did. And I started trying to make content so that I could grow. Not because I liked it or that I believed in it. It just seemed like that was where the momentum was going. And I was like, yeah, let's go. Let's do this. Yeah, let's go. Let's do this. And then, like, I had a moment of kind of awakening when I realized that some of the shit that I was doing was really fucking hurting people and people that I didn't want to hurt. And so I stopped. And you can see it reflected when you look through my catalog. A few years back, I stopped making political content on my main channel. I went straight back to doing science. Because I started seeing that the fucking damage I was doing was inadvertently hurting people that I cared about. Like the whole fucking trans issue thing. I never wanted to fucking hurt anybody or lead them to think that I didn't support them. But I was buying into a fucking rhetoric that I did not know was being directed for political reasons. And I started saying things that I don't fucking believe. And it was horrifying to me. And so I stopped. And, you know, I probably could be fucking way bigger if I kept going for it. But, like, I can't live with myself doing this sort of shit. Friendly Fire, thank you for the third comment. I appreciate that. You try to unsuccessfully claim virtue signaling and self-awareness for your side. What? No. Everybody virtue signals. Everybody does. I'm signaling my virtue, like, constantly in this video right now. These are two examples of how the left has lost the initiative. The left! In the cultural sphere, and how you are at the tipping point of decline. Oh ho ho! Since you've lost the intellectual war already, leftist is doomed. Your only hope is to see the light. Well, Listen, if I could fart, that would be my response to that last comment. But thank you very much. Thank you very much for the 4th and 5th comments, Friendly Fire. You even try to reassign Orange Man bad to Democrats bad. You have no imagination. Your unsuccessful disparagements are derivative. Thank you. Don't even like Lord Chen, and it's impossible to like you. Good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. I hope you watch this one too. Korn is on tour? I know Korn's on tour. I'm the lead singer. This week on the internet, why not denounces champagne socialist? Yeah. Yeah, some more news is based as fuck. Some more news is an awesome YouTube channel. You should watch it. All right, let's keep going. Am I Kevin Spacey's kid? I don't think the timing lines up for that, honestly. Yeah, and I'm not even sure what that's supposed to mean. Here's another big one. It's good to see she's not aging well. Guys, don't leave comments like that. That's don't leave comments like that. I do not necessarily like Trevor Noah that much, but I will say I watched some of the Trevor Noah stuff like a year ago, and it was a lot better than when he first took it over. But I just don't really pay that much attention. You love Lauren? She ain't gonna fuck you, bro. Came here to see the other side's counterpoints, to see someone with different opinion, views, and criticize the right. I could only watch about 4 minutes, and it's no question where my values lie. Your smug, snorting, bad attitude and ridicule of an obviously much sweeter, more caring person, and I know all I need to. Your criticisms are just hot air. Okay, hang on. This is important. We're gonna have to check something out here real quick. Here, hang on. YouTube. A much sweeter, kinder, caring person, huh? Lauren Chen. Here, hang on. Hang on. Hey, hey. Okay, let's get the hey, hey. Hey. All right. Let's see. And Chang triggered by biology. Where do we got? TikTok propaganda. Making fun of TikTok kids. Oh, okay. Making fun of Emma Watson for a bad picture. Oh, okay. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. Oh, Jesus. Teachers want to brainwash kids. Let's see. She does a bunch of the fucking TikTok ones. Oh, my God. College students shut down event. Get the crying college students. Sure, of course. Like, I'm sorry. The idea that she's a sweetheart when she makes these like performatively nasty, shitty fucking videos. Nah, you can kiss my fucking ass, dude. No way. Lauren's an asshole. Saying this just seemed violent ad hominem attacks. You don't know what ad hominem means. Ad hominem does not mean an insult. An insult is an insult. Ad hominem is an ad hominem. Sorry. No. But it seems people's values and ethics go out the door for their perceived virtues. Each side has their perception of what is value and morals, but acting bad in support of that sets a bad precedence. If one side can do it, then so can the other. That's like literally what Lauren, what? Yeah, lol, I need to hear him say that classical liberal equals conservative. It does. That was all I needed to assess his take on things. No nuance or perspective, just eating up more of Hollywood's propaganda. Hollywood's propaganda, as opposed to my Canadian right-wing propagandist propaganda. Okay. Ideology and rhetoric has trumped logic or being open to other perspectives. I'm open to perspectives, but Lauren's an idiot. Sorry. You love Lauren, she's a sweetheart. No, she's a bitch. I'm not a fan of Lauren Chen. This is one that I really wanted to comment on. I think this is probably the last one that I comment on. I'm not a fan of Lauren Chen. I'm not conservative myself, and personally I find her pretty boring. But your criticisms of her in this video were pretty one-note and predictable as well. It's a bunch of mocking, teasing, or repeating what she said in a smug voice. Yeah, it was a good video. Funny enough, you both proved the political party stereotype's true. Conservatives being boring as fuck, and liberals being simultaneously puffed up and childish. I'm not a fucking liberal. Thank you very much. If I had to choose one to debate on topics, I'd probably choose boring. At least you can have some sort of coherent discussion that way. Well, I deeply apologize, Toasted Baby Buns, that you are not interested in necessarily having a debate with me. However, I will put it this way. Should you want to debate me, and if I were to look at your content, and you weren't somebody who spends their days making money, mocking fucking children, and being an absolute fucking rancid bitch about fucking everything. And instead, just simply, I don't know, voiced your opinions without like pushing a bunch of propaganda that's fed to you by your masters at the Blaze TV, I would probably be absolutely sweet and genial and kind and patient, and we could have a fantastic conversation. Absolutely. But the moment you think that I need to actually take the time and twist myself in a fucking pretzel to try and be nice to somebody who is a legit fucking propagandist I am intimately, personally, in real life familiar with, then honestly you can suck my left fucking nut, okay? I'm sorry, but trying to compare those two is just buying into this performative nature of the platform in which all these people try and say, well, we're just talking about ideas. Nah, they're not. They're making fucking money. They're making fucking money. And me, I'm venting about it. And if you have to choose which one of those two you think is being more honest, I'll leave that up to you to decide. Anyway, thank you to everybody who left me comments on that video. Leave me even worse ones on this one. We'll do another one. All right, cool.